Flirting with the relegation zone at the beginning of the season, 7 consecutive wins between round 14 and 20 have put São Paulo back in the battle for a possible 4th straight league trophy.
Realmente o time conseguiu buscar.
Each one of us managed to recover our individual force, and we are also helping each other more, being better partners on pitch. That tough spell is now behind us.
O time conseguiu se reerguer, isso é o mais difícil.
To find out just how the Morumbi side has turned things around, we spoke to the one man who knows everything about overcoming major problems. With 6 goals in his last 8 matches, Washington has been leading São Paulo to what could be the biggest comeback in the history of the Brasileirão.
É claro que tem outra parte difícil agora que é se manter.
Of course, now to maintain the rhythm is just as tough, but we are on the right track and in a good position. We're conscious that we can't relax anymore, or that bad phase will come back. We are well aware of that.
Então o time já está vacinado, não podemos repetir.
Since his early days as a pro at Ponte Preta, the striker has shown a natural talent for sniffing out goals. With the Campinas side, he won the Paulista League and the Copa do Brasil Golden Boots in 2001.
Eu fiz uma marca ali.
I left my mark there, scoring 86 goals in 106 matches. An excellent average. The Ponte fans still show a lot of appreciation for me, and I have a special feeling for Ponte Preta.
Tenho carinho muito especial pela Ponte Preta também.
His performances at the unfashionable club even earned him a call-up for Brazil for the Confederations Cup in that same year.
Pra ser sincero,
to be honest, I do think about playing a World Cup. But of course, I know that to be called up again at this point is tough. I know the Brazil squad went through a renovation focused on younger players, and I think this was the right decision.
In 2003, Fenerbahçe came knocking on the door, and everything seemed to be on the up for the big striker. But it was right at this time that he was diagnosed with a major heart problem. And at just 28, Washington's career was in danger of coming to a premature end.
Foi horrível, cara. Foi horrível. Foi assim, poxa, pra mim foi um dos piores momentos.
It was horrible. It was the worst moment of my life. To hear the doctor saying I would never play football again was shocking. I cried a lot and got really emotional. Some people told me I should be happy because I still had a whole life ahead of me. But my life has always been football. Football has always been more than just a profession to me. And it's one thing to stop playing because you're old, but another to be forced to quit prematurely. It was really tough.
Com a idade avançada é uma coisa, agora você parar prematuramente é outra situação, né?
The player underwent a tricky operation to remove a blockage from one of his arteries to his heart.
Os médicos, muitos, falaram que eu não voltaria. E aí eu fui.
Despite the doctor saying I would never come back, I insisted and started to train. That was when the opportunity of joining Atlético Paranaense came up. They opened the door for me. Of course, they knew about my problem, but they accepted me for a test period.
Eles me aceitaram lá para me fazer um período de treinamento.
Washington's combination of love for the game and hard work soon paid off. And the doctors were surprised when a battery of tests revealed the striker was completely recovered. After just 1 year away from the pitch, the hitman was aching to make a triumphant comeback in the 2004 Brasileirão.
In my first year back, I was already crowned the all-time top scorer in one season of the Brazilian Championship with 34 goals. That was a gift from God. After all that struggle and everything I went through in 2003, I had a happy 2004.
His courageous performances earned him the nickname Braveheart. But despite his record-breaking campaign, Atlético Paranaense ended up losing the league title to Santos in the last round. Once again, the forward's goals had caught the eyes of a foreign club. With the Urawa Red Diamonds, Washington picked up another award by finishing top scorer of the FIFA Club World Cup 2007 with 3 goals.
Eu adoro o Japão.
I adore Japan. I lived 3 great years there. Of course, I struggled with the language when I arrived, but I felt right at home from the beginning. The Japanese people were great.
Back in Brazil, the player's next mission was to help Fluminense win the Libertadores, and he came very close to succeeding. Washington scored a late winner against favourite São Paulo in the quarterfinals. But he quickly went from hero to villain when he missed a penalty in the final against LDU.
Uma hora você está lá em cima, outra está embaixo, em questão assim de dias.
I was at the top, and within days I went down to the bottom. This is just how football is. You go from heaven to hell very quickly. We beat favorite São Paulo. We eliminated Boca Juniors. A feat that had not been done by any other Brazilian club since Santos Pelé in the 60s.
O Pelé do Santos que conseguiu eliminar o Boca na Libertadores, nenhum time brasileiro havia eliminado ainda. Eu me lembro até hoje que no Maracanã.
I can still remember how the Maracanã was packed when we reached the finals. Fluminense fans had a beautiful reception for us. Coming back from a 2-goal deficit and to lose in the penalty shootout was sad. It was one of the biggest deceptions of my
Foi uma
career.
das maiores tristezas da minha vida dentro do futebol.
But Washington had done something to impress São Paulo. And even though his goals put the Morumbi club out of the Libertadores, he was signed up by then coach Muricy Ramalho. Arrived, promising that he would make amends by winning the South American competition with his new side. Though once again, he was not able to deliver.
A melhor seria se eu conseguisse aqui título da Libertadores.
The best way to pay back my debt would be winning the Libertadores. That is what everybody wished for. It was our priority this year, but unfortunately we dropped out and I stayed in deficit. I hope that in the end of this year, I'm able to pay it back with the Brasileirão title. This is my biggest aim.
Do ano eu consiga pagar minha dívida e quem sabe com o título que é o que eu mais desejo.
To win his first ever national title, the 34-year-old veteran knows how crucial it is to beat rivals Palmeiras next Sunday. But the striker is only too aware of the quality of the opposition. And when we asked him about who was the season's best player, Washington did not hesitate to put 2 Palestra Italian men on his list.
Tem o Souza do Grêmio, que está muito bem. Ele está decidindo jogos.
Souza of Grêmio has been playing really well and being decisive. There's also Diego Souza and Cleiton Xavier, both from Palmeiras. But there is still a whole stage ahead of us, so it could change. Or maybe they can keep it up. I don't know. All I know is that the fight to become MVP will be huge.
Pode mudar, eles podem manter, então vai ter para craques do brasileiro e vai ter grandes jogadores.
So make sure you join us next weekend to see who comes out on top when Diego Souza Washington go face to face.